Hey guys, today we're gonna start looking into the interpretation of the personality. We're gonna take a deep dive into it and examine it in detail from all aspects. So we're gonna learn how to create a profile of character based on the birth chart. In this episode, we're going to review the Ascendant, Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, and Mars signs, what they stand for, how to interpret and apply them, and we're going to learn how to apply each sign to each planet or aspect of your character easily without memorizing definitions of sun signs, moon signs, and so on. So, let's see. As I already said in earlier videos, your ascendant is the most important part of your personality. Your ascendant or rising sign basically indicates that particular sign of the zodiac which was literally rising on the eastern horizon the moment you were born. Your ascendant represents the core of your personality, the main direction of your character, and the other planets provide additional energies and characteristics. The ascendant should be the most dominant aspect of your personality, unless you have many other inner planets, Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, and Mars, in one other specific sign, then it can overpower your ascendant. In the personality, although it doesn't take anything away from its importance, because your ascendant indicates karma too. It reveals the energy or direction you need to experience in this life. So we can say that your ascendant is the center of your personality. It is your true and instinctive self. It shows how you behave, your basic personality, how you respond to the outside world, like a reflex kind of thing. In our childhood, the sun sign is more dominant actually, and from our mid-20s onwards, our ascendant comes up to the surface more and more. Your ascendant defines your chart ruler or your ruling planet too. You are a native of your ascendant. Every sign takes up 30 degrees. We have 12 signs, 12 times 30. That is how we get 360 degrees of a circle, right? The wheel of the zodiac, the circle. The axis of the ascendant goes through all 12 signs within 24 hours, switching signs every 2 hours. So the degree of the axis of the ascendant moves 1 degree every 4 minutes. That is why it is important to know the exact time of birth so we can set up the birth chart precisely. Every minute counts. Now let's see the different planets. We only have to consider the inner planets or fast-moving planets. These are the ones that affect the personality. So Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, and Mars. Jupiter and Saturn are for something else, although they are connected to the personality to some level, but not as directly. But we will get into that too later. But Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, Chiron, these are generational planets. They are slow-moving planets, outer planets. They can spend decades in each sign. Therefore, we don't take them into account while interpreting personality, but they do have effects on generations though. Let's start with the sun. Your sun sign is your consciousness, your ego, your identity. So you identify with the characteristics of your sun sign on a conscious level, while the ascendant is rooted deeper and it's more instinctive. It is an aspect of your personality that other people can also see and notice. As the sun shines brightly, anybody can see it. It shines through the clouds too. You cannot ignore it. You cannot not see it. So that is what's in the forefront. That is the side of you which shines upon the people around you. Then your moon sign stands for your soul, your emotional side, and your subconscious mind. It is your intimate self, the inner child, the soul. It shows your emotions and feelings, the side of you which you reveal to only those who are close to you. Many times, this side of our personality is a mystery to even ourselves. The moon sign is just as significant as the sun sign. The sun is the yang, male energy in us, while the moon is the yin, female energy in us. And that is how we are whole beings with the yin and the yang, and with the ascendant on top. Next one is your Mercury sign. It reveals how you speak, how you communicate, your communication style, your logic, your way of thinking, your learning skills. Your Mercury sign is your mind. Your Venus reveals how you are in human relationships, including romantic relationships as well. But it could be any type of relationship, friendship, business partnership, anything. It shows how you connect to others and to the outside world. Furthermore, your Venus shows your greatest motivation and desires. Also, in a woman's chart, it reveals how she expresses her femininity. In a man's chart, it shows what type of woman he finds attractive. And lastly, your Mars sign, it talks about how you assert yourself, how you act, how you spring into action, how you fight, how you stand up for yourself and your energy level. In a woman's chart, it reveals what type of man she finds attractive. So now let's put it all in practice. We have already reviewed all the signs in previous videos, so we know the most important characteristics of each sign, right? So how you can apply the different energies of the sign on the different planets. It is super easy actually. If you know the archetype, you just have to place it in the matrix of the planet. You have to apply it to the meaning of the planet. So no need to memorize and learn different definitions, what a Pisces moon is like, what an Aries Mercury is like. For example, let's take Aries Mercury then. We already know what Aries is like, right? Competitive, impulsive, energetic, impatient, brave, and so on. And we already know what Mercury stands for, right? Your way of thinking, communication, learning abilities, so on. So all we have to do is combine these things. So a person with an Aries Mercury will speak like an Aries, will think like an Aries, and will learn like an Aries. So they are very direct, brave, and impulsive with their words. Also impatient, energetic. So this person is an Aries from a communication, thinking, and learning point of view. You see? That's it. It's so simple. Or moon in Pisces, right? We know moon means our soul, your emotional side. We know Pisces is sensitive, artistic, self-sacrificing, and so on. So a person with a Pisces moon will be very sensitive, gentle as for their emotional side, soft, with much empathy, and spiritual on an emotional and subconscious level. With the sun and the ascendant, just think of them as significant indicators of character. So for example, a Cancer sun, they will be caring, nurturing, sensitive, moody on a conscious level. People can see it. These are obvious traits, visible and significant traits of the person. Or if we take the ascendant, so let's say Virgo ascendant, these traits are more elemental or essential or stronger, more intense than the ones indicated by the sun. So it is the aspect the native can relate to and resonate with the most. So you can look at them like this. Both of them indicate significant characteristics, but the ascendant is stronger than the sun. And that's it really, that's the difference. Also, as I said in earlier videos, your big three, your ascendant, sun, and moon sign can reveal around 80% of your personality already. And the other planets bring additional energies, directions, and characteristics. The Venus sign, same logic here. Let's say a Scorpio Venus. We know that Scorpio is deep, introverted, passionate, extreme and radical, right? Venus stands for how we are in our human relationships, how we relate to other people, to the outside world, right? So a Venus Scorpio person will be introverted, mysterious in their human relationships. They are extreme and radical in their human relationships, like they either love a person or hate a person, but they cannot be neutral to people, as a Scorpio represents the extremes, right? The two ends of a spectrum and nothing in between. And same goes for Mars. Again, let's say a Taurus Mars. right? We know Taurus is stable, grounded, slower, doesn't like changes, and so on. Mars is how we assert ourselves, how we fight, so we just have to combine these principles, basically. So a Taurus Mars person does their thing and act and fight steadily, slowly, not hasty, not too dynamic, but more stagnant and grounded. Does things the way they usually do without changes, doing things in a traditional way, like a Taurus would, right? That's it, really. About Jupiter and Saturn, well, as I said, they don't affect the personality directly, so they are a bit different. Basically, your Jupiter sign indicates what energy, what archetype can provide soil for your growth and evolution, what characteristics and attributes can take you to a higher level, what traits can help you grow and evolve. And the same logic applies here, so you just have to combine the meaning of the planet with the meaning of the sign. So, for instance, a Gemini Jupiter, this person can grow and evolve if they apply the energy of Gemini in their life. So, this person should learn a lot of different things. This person should continuously seek new information. This person should communicate a lot, speak a lot, or even write. And these things will help that person grow and reach greater heights. On the other hand, Saturn kind of represents the opposite. Saturn is the planet of inhibitions, difficulties, and karma, amongst others. Therefore, your Saturn sign shows what characteristics you find difficult to unfold in your personality. The sign of Saturn indicates what characteristics are challenging for you to integrate and utilize. For example, Saturn in Sagittarius. We know Sagittarius is spontaneous, optimistic, philosophical, who focuses on the bigger picture, right? So a person with a Sagittarius Saturn has these traits in them, although it is difficult for them to bring them up to the surface. This person finds it difficult to be optimistic, maybe, or to be spontaneous, or has problems having faith in themselves and in the universe, as Sagittarius stands for these as well. So this is how your personality is built up layer by layer by your Ascendant, Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus and Mars plus Jupiter and Saturn. Although there is a big twist to the whole story actually, because depending on the position of these planets, they are influenced by not one but two signs. So basically we can say that you have two sun signs, two moon signs, two Mercury, Venus and Mars signs. Each of these planets are heavily influenced by two different signs. If you would like to find out more about this, please consider joining me on Patreon, where I am uploading a whole video course of astrology with plenty of astrology secrets, tricks and methods that you cannot really find on the internet. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you found this video useful. Feel free to reach out if you would like to have a birth chart reading or tarot reading, or if you would like to learn astrology. You can find all the links below. Thank you for your attention. Take care of yourselves. Bye.